Hey everybody, it's Daniel Glass. I'm here at Steve Maxwell's drum shop in New York City. We're going to be making a field trip here as part of the 2016 Daniel Glass New York Jazz Intensive. As you can see, Steve Maxwell's is one of the greatest drum shops in the world. It's got one of the greatest vintage collections, period, anywhere that you will find in this nation or anywhere in the world. So I hope you can come down and join us, and we'll get a curated visit to Steve Maxwell's. I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about why I am putting on a jazz intensive. A lot of people say, you know, my approach is different, my approach is unique, and here's the reason why I'm doing this. I have a big problem with the way that jazz is traditionally taught to people, and that way that it is taught is generally, okay, you're going to get your ride cymbal hand to do this pattern, and your hi-hat's going to do that pattern, your foot's going to do this, your hand's going to do that, and what we end up doing is spending years, months, our entire career focused on patterns and limb independence exercises. And you may get very good at those things, and people do, but getting limb independence exercises together does not make you a jazz musician, all right? Understanding about jazz makes you a jazz musician. So people forget about this thing right here, the ride cymbal. Because it's a repetitive pattern, people tend to think, well, as soon as I got that or some reasonable facsimile of it, I can just play that, and I don't have to really worry about it again. And they don't put much time and effort into it. Instead, they focus on all of the kick and snare combinations that we get so excited about when we open up the Ted Reed book or the Jim Chapin book or the John Riley books. And we focus so much on kick and snare patterns that we don't think about this guy. And this guy right here is really what it's all about. And it all goes back to a concept that at one time jazz music was dance music. You had to make the time move along to make people dance. And this is all in the era leading up to bebop. So when we play those four quarter notes, there's a real particular way that's done where we make the time move forward, but it also has to feel laid back simultaneously. And this is where we're going to start at the Daniel Glass Jazz Intensive. We're going to start at the beginning of jazz and work our way up. We're going to add each of the other elements as we go, and we're slowly going to build our way up so that we understand not only combinations of the arms and legs, but why we're doing what we do. For example, why is the hi-hat on 2 and 4? Most people never ask that question, right? They just do it because somebody tells them to do it. We're going to get into why the hi-hat drops on 2 and 4, how it's supposed to really work with those 4 quarter notes, with that ride cymbal pattern. We're going to listen to a lot of repertoire. A lot of times jazz drummers focus on all these beats and all these patterns, and then when they go to play with other musicians, they're just thinking about their beats and patterns. They don't know melodies, they don't know songs, they don't know eras, they don't know lyrics. They don't know anything about the music that they're supposed to be playing, yet they call themselves jazz musicians. So this is my approach. It's sort of a very comprehensive overview where we're really going to, I'd say, build it from the ground up, from 4 quarter notes up. So I hope you'll join us for the 2016 Daniel Glass New York Jazz Intensive right here in New York City. Come hang out at Steve Maxwell's. We're going to get our swing on. We're going to really focus on the evolution of the music and really understand what your job is as a jazz drummer. Won't you come join us?